Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. We're gonna get right into this tutorial that has just been sitting on my phone. If you hear cars in the background, I am filming this voiceover in a parking lot. I do apologize about that. But to start off, prepping her skin is already moisturized and cleaned off. I did that off camera. I applied a face primer by Soap & Glory. Then I used my eyeshadow primer from Hard Candy just so the brows could last longer and they could lay flat. And then I go in with my brow pencil and shape the brows. And her brows were freshly arched, so it made the process very easy to shape them and clean them up with this concealer that I have been loving by NK Makeup. I got this at the beauty supply store. It was only $2.99. And you guys are going to notice that the clips do zoom in, zoom out, and look kind of funny throughout the whole video. I apologize about that. It was kind of hard filming in the way my room was set up at the time. But yes, we're just going to clean up the brows. And then once I clean them up, I'm going to blend it out and apply the concealer on her lid as a base for these shadows. For her eyeshadow, I am using a palette that I purchased from the Makeup Shack. I don't know if it's an eyeshadow palette or a face palette, but it is full of only matte colors, and the palette is kind of huge. The pan is very big for these shadows, so I can't even tell you if they have names or what color I'm using because I don't have it in front of me. But I did start off with her transition shade with a lighter color and blend it in to set the crease of her shadow, to set the crease of her eyes. And then I went in with like a deeper kind of burgundy shade and blended that out with the same brush that I used in the crease. I was gonna go in for a matte look, but I did not like how it turned out. So once I apply this matte shadow on her eyelid, I actually take the NYX glitter primer and apply it on top of where I applied that matte color. And then I went in with a shimmer shade. I don't remember where or what shimmer shade I used, but I'm pretty sure it was a face highlight from some palette that I had laying around since I did do my makeup that day out of boredom. So I just liked how it turned out better when I applied the shimmer shade on top of the NYX glitter primer. Once I applied that shimmer shade in her lid, I go back in to blend out the edges so there's no line of demarcation, and then I start applying the color that I used in her crease to diffuse the look even more. And then I went in with a deeper burgundy shade on the outer corner and tried to get it into the crease as well, just so the look can have some definition and depth. And now I'm going in with the Inglot number 77 gel liner to do a to line her eyes. I was gonna do a wing, but when she opened her eyes, it did not look right, so I ended up having to clean it off and fix the eye. I know you guys probably would have wanted to see that, but it just ended up turning into a super baby wing. Now I'm going in with foundation. I am using the Maybelline Super Stay in 355 Coconut all over her face, and I use it with a brush just so it could be like an even application when I go to blend it in with a brush. Concealer under her eyes. I'm not sure if I used 2 different shades. Yes, I did. So I used the darker shade under her eyes and then the lighter shade just below that, just to brighten it up just a little bit, but they are both the same concealers. You still cute though? I did use the same concealer brand for her contour shade. I wanted to try out cream contouring, and let me know how I did. I don't really, I still need to practice when it comes to that. But to blend out the concealer, I am using not a beauty blender, because that's the brand. I hate when people be like, oh, I'm using a beauty blender. No, that's the brand. This is a Sonia Cash, no, not Sonia Cash, oh Lord. I am using the Makeup Sponge Beauty Sponge in pink to blend out her concealer. I noticed that I should have let the concealer sit a little bit longer, just because the contour was getting mixed in, as you can see here, while I was blending out the concealer, and I did have to go back and fix it. But to blend out her contour, I believe I used the other side of the sponge. I can't remember. This video was recorded so long ago. You know what? I'm not gonna do a voiceover anymore. Let me just hush and have y'all watch everything. Oh, oops. I used a brush. Disregard. To blend out the contour, but yeah. After blending out the contour, I did go back in with the beauty sponge to blend out the edges of the concealer. I wanted everything to look more blended and seamless and smooth. Then I went in with a loose powder under her eye just to set it and not create any creasings under there. It was kind of hard to do this part because she's a manager and it was her off day, and she kept having to do all these calls on her off day, and so I ain't like that. I ain't like that at all. But I set all the areas where I didn't want to crease. Then I go in with this beauty sponge again, but on the other side where I didn't use concealer, and I start baking. I believe I baked, or probably just added more powder just to reassure that it wasn't going nowhere. Okay. Once I am done contouring her nose with powder, I go back in with the foundation brush that I used to press the powder into her face, so that way she is still set and the color doesn't change, you know? Like, I'm not sure if I can explain it, but like the foundation has a little bit of color, so it's gonna add the color back on her face without making her look ashy type of situation. Then I applied blush. I should have did her highlight first and then applied blush, so that way it could like blend in together and look more seamless, but the look still turned out great and it still turned out blended. I just probably have to go back and blend everything, but yeah. We got pictures to take in.
Oh, you're right.
I need you to act right.
Get together. I was behaving earlier.
I don't know what happened either.
It feels so weird. How do they wear this?
It's not even heavy. There's heavier.
Dog. Like, I really want to rip this off my eyes. My eyes are watering. It's
Look up. Look up. This has to.
Oh, girl, cute. But I hate it, girl. I hate it. I feel like I am so not used to this.
After struggling to keep the lashes on and not have her eyes water, I went in with a brown lip liner to line her lips, and then I went in with a lip gloss. I have no clue what lip gloss. Oh wait, that's a liquid lipstick by Kylie Cosmetics. Don't ask me for the shade. I don't have it on me, but I will have it in the description box below once I find everything that I used. And then I went back in to line her lips just so the look could look more seamless and not look so faded, but like I didn't want the liner to be so dramatic. Let me bring you the mirror so you don't come that close.
I like it. It's cute.
Thank you guys for tuning into today's video. I really truly appreciate it. Just wanted to add my favorite slow motion and her being silly and cute. I'll see you guys next time.